I left one part out about woman's fear that I wanted to talk about. Well, one part that I wanted to talk about with woman's fear was she mentioned something that was really interesting and something that I agree with her on. Is she was saying, it's more about character than anything. She doesn't think that it's specifically one race or another race treats black women or black men, black women or white women or whatever race, women in general, you get what I'm saying, a certain way, or make better husbands or things of that nature. I have been saying this from the beginning that I have always thought, especially when it comes to white American men and black American men, that they are the same, basically, the same man, basically. It's the same thing, it's just different colors. You could say, there are cultural differences with certain men, but I don't think black men and white men have cultural differences, really. I think that there are subcultures that make some black American men and some white American men different than other black American men and white American men. And these subcultures have black and white men in it. So it's kind of like, you can't separate it from a race. I don't think in these cases, because one, they both share the same culture, largely, pretty much. The only thing you could say, sometimes white Americans do have ancestry from other places in Europe, and so then maybe they are more in tune with their Italian American culture and things like that. But if they are, in America long enough, it's basically the same as black Americans. But my point is that I've always said this, that I've always thought that it is about character and about personality, what you want in a man, what's your ideal man, and that's not going to be specific on color when it comes to personality, because people have different personalities depending on the person, it's not going to be on a color or race, people aren't, they don't, their personalities aren't made on their race. You're more than just your skin tone. Skin tone just defines your skin. It doesn't really define your personality and who you are as a person. So I definitely agreed with what Woman's Sphere was saying on that. And I think a lot of the time people don't pay attention to the fact that I do definitely believe in that strongly, because they kind of focus on the fact that I have my interest in one set of men, but that's a physical reason. So for me, I do prefer white men, but it's a physical thing. It's not personality. Some people on some of their platforms will say white men have a personality that's undesirable or black men have a personality that's undesirable. I don't think people based off of their race have a personality that's undesirable. I think people are undesirable sometimes and people are desirable sometimes. It's just who they are, so I definitely agree with her with that. I mean, and I do think that, women want different things, so it's not like just because one man is good for one woman, it's not going to mean it's good for every woman, That's one thing I do think. But I do think, at the end of the day, it's all about, making sure that the puzzle fits and making sure that the puzzle pieces fit, and it's not really about a color when you're trying to match personality. Color comes into play and race comes to play if you have a preference physically, but if it's not on, like, say you don't have an interest either way, like Woman's Sphere, she seems like she's kind of like both ways. She does lean more towards a physical preference towards black men, from what I've heard about her. Other videos, she said some things. And I remember in that video, I remember thinking we're kind of like total opposites, because she was saying she was uncomfortable with something intimately with white men. Not like it was a deal breaker, but that it wasn't her preference. But that's all to do with physical preferences, But when it comes to personality, I do agree that personality, I don't think, personality or your success level or, who you are as a person is going to be defined by what race you are. I agree with that. So, yeah. Like I said, there's plenty of things I agree with Woman Sphere on um, with her content. This is why I subscribed to her channel originally. But we had a whole fallout because the time I was on her live chat, and I don't know, I think she didn't like my last name, but I don't know what's going on there. I don't even want to bring that up here. It's just, other than that, I mean, like, I like her, what she has to say in many regards. So that's all I just wanted to say. I just wanted to add that part in it because I feel like my other videos didn't really touch upon that completely. So yeah. And I think this is why people always think I'm more the type who's like, go for who's the best man. And I do agree with going for the best man for the job, but that is specifically, you can go for the best man for the job when it comes for physically and emotionally. You don't just say, I'm not attracted to you physically, but you're the best man for the job. That's not going to be the best man for the job because you're not attracted to him. You know what I mean? He has to be the best man for the job. That means both ways. And so if you're not attracted to, say, Asian men, if you're not attracted to black men, if you're not attracted to white men, whoever you're not attracted to physically, that's where it's going to come into play. But I don't think it's a personality thing. It's a type thing, it's a physical attraction thing. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to be done. Like and subscribe, everyone, and comment down below. Have a great day. Bye.